Now, most of you are aware of the fact that we're fighting for our lives. We're fighting for our lives, literally fighting for our lives with the healthcare situation in America. And right now, the Senate is trying to repeal Obamacare. But the problem with it is they don't have a replacement for the bill for Obamacare that will actually cover more people. Look, we don't want worse, we want better. There's not a long line for people who want to trade down. Not a long line of people who want to trade down on anything. Progression is where it's at. And this Senate GOP floating this scaled down health care bill is a travesty. A travesty. You understand what I'm saying? That's why the Save ACA is trending right now on Twitter. It should be trending now until August. Because it's that real, people. 22 million people will be kicked off health care. Let's clear up some misconceptions about Obamacare real quick. I never said Obamacare was perfect. In fact, I know a lot of people who are hurt by Obamacare because they got these high deductibles, they got high premiums, they get hit with the tax, right, if they don't get the Obamacare, okay? And I know a lot of businesses, small business people who have been suffering under Obamacare. So I know it's not perfect. I have a show where I actually open up phone lines, people call in, and they've told me their stories. And their stories are not fabricated. They're not being hired by Rush Limbaugh. They're not getting paid by, Fox News. These are real people with real struggles, real situations. But there are people who benefited from it. Fact, before the Affordable Care Act, 50 million people had no health insurance. 50 million people. Now that we have the Affordable Care Act, 28 million people are still uninsured. That's a reduction of 22 million people, okay? If we repeal Obamacare without replacing it with something that has more checks and balances in it to make sure people can get Medicare or get Medicaid or get coverage that they can afford, we will lose 22 million of the people who now have health care. So that's going backwards. That's not a plus. And miss me, please miss me, guys, with John McCain. Oh, he's such a hero because he's going to go to D.C. and vote on the Health Care Act. A friend is someone who wants for you the same thing they want for you, they want for themselves. A friend is someone who wants for themselves what they want for you. A friend does not say, ooh, let me get this brain diagnosis, and I know I got the best health care imaginable because I work in the Senate, and then jumps on a plane and goes to vote to limit your health care coverage. That ain't a hero. That's a zero. That's worse than a zero. That's a negative 3,622. So miss me with the John McCain hero stuff. He'd be better off staying in the hospital room and letting this die like it should. Hashtag Save ACA. The idea that we live in a country that is as powerful as the United States is, in a country that is the richest countries of all countries that have ever existed in the world, the richest country, we cannot provide the same coverage that other countries are able to provide who have far less GDP. That is a travesty. Everyone should be up in arms. We should have everyone rallying around Medicare for all, affordable health care, free health care, single payer, whatever way you want to put it. And the fact that we do not, that means that we have a population of people who don't do what's in their best interest, who watch too much Fox News, too much CNN, too much MSNBC. I can't come up with any other explanation. Can you come up with a better explanation for that? How could you not want health care? How could you not demand health care? I say any senator who votes on this health care bill, this repeal, without a replacement that ensures more people for less money, because we could do it. We could do it. I feel like Rob Schneider right now. You can do it. We can do it if we want to do it. And people who believe that we can't do it.
Can't wait for us to have some theoretical debate about some better idea that will never, ever come to pass.
Those people have been brainwashed into believing that. It's absolutely fundamentally untrue. We can do what we want to do. We can send people to the moon. We can provide health care. And if you ever needed proof that our country is based on money, corruption, influence of money in our politics, all you got to do, look no further, ladies and gentlemen, look at healthcare. That's the biggest example. If you got somebody that doesn't want facts, you're trying to give them facts, you got receipts, they don't want to take the receipts, and you say, hold on, can I just give you one thing? One thing, can I say one thing to try to break you through the fog of your ignorance? One thing. Why don't we have health care? Why can the richest country in the world not be able to provide what other countries who are much less well off, much less wealthy, provide? And then just shut up. Shut up after that, and then let that swirl around in their heads. And I guarantee you, if you do that in a respectful way, not in a demonizing way, not in a destructive way, not in a I'm smarter than you way, not in a, well, you know, I'm a big person, so let me enlighten you way. None of that shit that don't work. Highly arrogant, highly stupid. It's counterproductive to your goal, unless your goal is to be an ass. And some people's goals are to be an ass, but I'm hoping that your goal is to actually share information. Your goal is to actually educate them. And here's the thing, guys. The people that you tell about this, the people that you share this information with, give it time to simmer, because I'm trying to tell you, I believe most people are fundamentally good. Most people want basic things. They want food, healthcare, shelter, watch their kids grow up, want to see their kids do better, at least a little bit better than they did. This is what everyone wants in America. If you listen to any other rhetoric regarding that, if you buy into it, you're being lied to in food. I believe those people want the same things you want. They're just being told different ways to get it. They think the only way to get it is to undermine others, and that's not the key. High deductibles and high co-payments are not the answer. You don't repeal something unless you have a replacement for that something that is better than the thing that you are replacing or repealing. And that is common sense, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, our Senate does not have common sense. And if they pass this, if they submit this skinny bill, this trimmed down bill, which loses the mandatory mandate, all it's going to do is push more people off, because that will mean the more healthy people won't have to have insurance, the sicker people will pay more, and more people will die. Hashtag save ACA. It ain't perfect, but it's the best thing we got at the moment. I say we need Medicare for all. That's the direction we need to go. Going to this skinny bill or any of the Senate bills, those are a step backwards. We don't need to go backwards. We want to go forward. I say burn the boats, go forward for Medicare for all, guys. And John McCain is no hero if he's going to jump on a plane and vote for 22 million people to lose their health care. Meanwhile, he gets the best health care money can buy. Or let me rephrase that. He gets the best health care that we can pay for.